Hey guys, it's Kent at Lucas. I get to be one of the wine buyers here, so I get to play wine on a daily basis, and what a great job it is. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's where these videos are going to be found from this point on. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about the difference between sweet wine to dry wine. Just a couple things to go over, some different styles, some different ways of making them. We're going to start with the sweet side first, okay? So first up, ports and sherries. Port's going to be, they're made in a similar style from different grapes. Obviously sherry comes from Spain, port comes from Portugal. The way we're going to do it, we're going to make wine. Then we're going to add some brandy to it. High alcohol will stop the fermentation, so we've still got the wine and the flavor, but how do we get that higher alcohol? By adding brandy. A lot of times that will be aged again, sometimes not with the cheaper stuff, but across the board, these are sweeter style wines that are definitely made for dessert, okay? A couple of other dessert style wines that we're really enjoying right now. Ice wines. These are really expensive wines. I mean, this specific bottle of wine costs about 80 bucks and it's a half bottle. What this is going to be is literally, they're going to freeze the grapes. The grapes are on the vine, it freezes. We're going to get an absolute very concentrated juice from it, but we don't get much. And with us having to babysit those grapes all the way through hail, through summer, through all of the spring storms, and get them all the way into fall, and get them to raisinate and freeze, it's a hard thing to do. So that's why these are expensive. Second style in the same vein is going to be a late harvest wine. This Jules Taylor is seriously one of my favorite bottles of wine in our store right now. This is going to be a late harvest. So we're going to take our Sauvignon Blanc grapes in New Zealand. We're going to introduce a specific fungus. We call it noble rot. What we're going to end up with is going to be a sweet wine with a lot of flavor. These are very tropical in flavor. This specific one is pineapple mango all day, or excuse me, pineapple guava all day, and it's absolutely become one of our favorites. This one's 25 bucks on the shelf, but compared to an $80 bottle, there is a little more value on this. This is made to go with cheese, especially a blue cheese, and I'm not lying when I say the pairing with this with blue cheese is life-changing. I mean, seriously, trust me. Yeah, you guys know. Anyway, moving on from those into still a sweeter style wines, but this is stuff that we know a little more about. Going to be the Moscatos, the red sweet wines, the Adesso, things like that. That's going to be these guys. Okay, Adesso, one of our favorites. This with some dark chocolate. Oh, really good. Excellent stuff, and a lot of young people like sweeter wine. This is exactly down that aisle. It is sweet, but it is not overly sweet, okay? This one's at 9%. Lower the alcohol, the sweeter the wine. In this case, I've got a Moscato, again, one of my favorites from the Asti region. This is at 6%, okay? One of the things I wanted to show on this specific wine is on the back, there's a nutrition label. Anytime you see a nutrition label on the back of a bottle of wine, they've had to add something to it. In this case, sugar. They could not get the grapes sweet enough. And again, this is my opinion on this, but the fact is that they've added something to this to make it sweet enough. This is still delicious wine, but if you are really conscious about sugar, Moscato is definitely not the way to go for you. Sangria also falls into that category. These are going to fall anywhere between a 7% and a 14%. 7% is a little sweeter. The 14% are sweet as well, but they've added a little bit of brandy or a little bit of vodka to make it a little more oomph to it. Coming across to Rieslings, okay? This is a prime example of a grape that can be done in a dry style or a sweet style. 12% alcohol or 8% alcohol. Banging sweet, definitely more dry. The drier style is stuff that we do with a schnitzel or with some noodles and butter. Definitely the sweeter style goes with spicy food. Going to be Indian food, stuff with a lot of heat to it. Definitely shows beautiful with a sweet Riesling. Moving on from there, these are a little more fruit forward style wines. Again, we consider these dry wines, but to me they show fruitness, they show softness, they show a little more of the grape than something that's going to be a little drier, which will be these guys on the side here. This is going to include like a French styles of wine, the Chardonnay, the Pinot Noirs from France are definitely drier style wines, okay? These wines are looking for food. They were made to go with food. Higher acidity, These are not heavily oaked wines. California style Chardonnay, buttery and oaky. Stuff from France, they may use a little bit of oak, but nowhere near the amount that we would use in California. So going from sweet to a drier style, again, for me, it's going to be what food are you going to pair it with? To me, these guys in the middle, these go with a glass or with your cheeseburger, ribs, anything like that. Guys, hopefully this helps when you guys come in to select wine. We will have these wines on the description of the video at the bottom. So if you have any questions, please let us know. Please subscribe to our YouTube page. We really appreciate your business here at Lucas, and happy 2021. Peace, guys.